Good afternoon, everyone. So, before we start our activity, I have a question. So, have you ever wondered why some chefs feel fair and balanced, while others seem to focus only on one part of the lesson? Escalante. Why do you think that happens? Could there a reason behind why some focus on only one part?
I guess some focus only on a part of the lesson because the lesson is hard.
What what do teachers can do to make the test feel more fair and balanced? If a teacher focus, say, imagine if a teacher focus on only test is their his or student is that that part na madali. How can the teacher assure that she tests that students understand their lesson? Like, if a teacher only tests that sinabi mo na sa like yung difficult part lang. Yeah. Ma-assure ba ng teacher na 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 na-assess niya yung learning ng student sa lesson? Ma-assess niya ba na naiintindihan talaga ng student niya yung lesson?
Fair and balanced yung mga part.
What do you think a teacher can do to make the test fair and balanced?
Magiging fair and balanced siya if nakakuha talaga siya, naka-align siya sa objectives and
What do you think a teacher can use like a tool to test?
yung table of
Table. So we use that table of So we use that table of specification to ensure that the topics are the topics that are taught are all the topics that taught that the test covers the all necessary topics that are taught. So TOS is a plan prepared by a teacher for test construction. So before magpa-test the teacher, dapat may TOS siya. Yun yung magiging basis niya for constructing a test. So next is now that we've learned that the TOS is used to create a balanced and fair test, why do you think it's important for both students? Why do you think it's important for both students and teachers during assessment? Wow. Yung TOS. Sir Alba.
Why is that TOS important to students and teachers during assessment? So for us students for the teacher to importante yung TOS assessment ng teacher for her to yung assessment na ginawa niya is align dapat dun sa lesson and also the learning outcomes of the content na kanyang ginawa ay kanyang assessment yun na ay yung assessment na kanyang ginawa is aligned dun sa content na kanyang tinuro. So sa students naman is importante siya sa ang TOS students kasi para malaman natin kung ay yung mga topics na lalabas sa assessment is about din sa content natin pinag-aralan.
Yes, that's right. So TOS have like a guide that connects what students. TOS as a guide to connect what students supposed to learn and the questions that will appear in this test. So we compare what if a teacher creates a test without using a TOS? What problems do you think might happen? Anyone? What if a teacher creates a test without a TOS? What problems do you think might happen?
I think for me the number one problem if the teacher don't have a TOS during the assessment is that it can be a factor to a topic or magiging factor din siya na yung ibang topic na madidiscuss ng teacher is hindi ma-include during sa paggawa niya ng assessment.
So thank you. Right? Without a guide like this TOS, there could be no fairness in terms of making an assessment. Like you only include some part of the you only include some part of the lesson that you taught and disregarded some topics because you might think that it is too difficult for the students to answer or to answer that question. So what do you think teachers should do to make sure that the test aligned with what we have studied?
Before you go to that question, I think hindi natin na-elaborate yung word na balance. Balance in terms of what aspect? Since you were taught the key components of TOS, right? Part ba yan ang na-present sa video? The key components. So, balance saan? Ano ang pinag-uusapan natin na balance?
Balance in terms of the items that included in the test, like if a topic is too complex, it might mean it might need more questions to be included in a test, and type of skills that you want to test, type of skill that you want to test your students. Like based on the Bloom's taxonomy, like if you're trying to test your students, higher thinking skills might include items where they need to analyze or
Okay, so does balance mean equal?
not at all not.
Okay, sige, I want the class to consider that. Does balance mean equal number of items? Kasi pag sinabi natin balance, di ba, paano mo ba yan i-balance? Kung isang kilo dito, isang kilo dito. So that means equal. Yun bang ibig sabihin natin sa balance pagdating sa QS? You ask ang balance ba ay equal? Ibig bang sabihin ng balance ay equal?
So currently it is not because when you say equal, dapat kompleto yung types of assessment dahil doon yung easy, difficult, or moderate. Yun yung masasabi natin na equal yung isang assessment. Dapat kompleto yung
So ano ibig sabihin ng balance? Kung hindi siya equal.
Maybe the harder the more difficult the content is, mas naalala mo siya ng
So sige, ito. Yan.
the longer the content. I mean, the harder or more difficult the content, the more hours ang ibigay mo ng time to learn. So, ibig sabihin, mas less ang question. Unlike with mas easy na task na bisa na
Mas konti ang question sa mas mahirap.
difficult.
Bakit? Hindi ba dapat mas marami?
Siguro mas mahaba yung time.
In time.
Not necessarily question ha, pero points. Pwede kasi isang tanong lang pero 10 points.
Siguro pag mas maraming hours na tinuro mo yung isang subject, mas doon ka mag-focus na kunan ng items kaysa sa doon na konti lang yung hours na tinuro mo.
Okay. Alright. So, ibig sabihin, yung pinag-uusapan natin na yan, hindi necessarily equal yung number of items sa bawat we're talking about topic or thinking level. Okay, so hindi equal based on thinking level. How about the topic?
If more complex yung topic, more items ang kailangan para ma-assess mo talaga kung maintindihan talaga ng mga student yung topic.
Okay, so kung yan ang explanation natin, which is actually tama, the number of items depends on the level of complexity, or not number of items, the number of points, or the weight depends on the level of complexity. So ano ibig sabihin ng balance?
Balance ma'am kasi the test is na yung test kay hindi lang easy yung hindi lang like may easy average and difficult part yung test like hindi lang siya
balance kasi hindi lang dapat lower level, hindi lang dapat puro remembering ang questions natin. Ano pa? Balance in terms of
Balance in terms of
So yung explanation kanina, cognitive level. Ano pa yung ibabalance natin?
Number of items.
Number of items ba? Sabi natin kanina, di ba, hindi, kasi hindi equal. So we're not talking about the number of items, but well represented dapat ang topics. Kung ang coverage ng midterms ay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chapters, dapat hindi nasa chapter 1 to chapter 3 lang ang laman ng exam. So, balance in a sense na well-represented ang lahat na na-discuss. Although, the point for the number of items may vary depending on the complexity. Okay, may kinalaman ba ang complexity sa number of hours spent teaching? Okay. Yes. You can ask your question. You only have 2 minutes. Okay.
So, please read the number one.
is mainly used after the test has been administered. False. The POS outlines how many test items will assess each other in cognitive levels. True. POS has no role in promoting fairness in the system.
POS is, to sum it up, POS is line or test blueprint that is made by teacher for test construction to ensure fair and balanced test like it covers all the necessary topics fairly. Like lahat, it covers all the topics that were taught and it is equally represented in the class. So that would be all.
Wala ka na yung tanong or you have other questions? No more? Alright, sige. I have follow-up questions ha. Pwede ba tayo gumawa ng POS? Or kailan ba ginawa ang POS? Kailan ba ginagawa ang POS? Bago magturo ang teacher? Pagkatapos magturo ang teacher? Bago magturo, pagkatapos magturo.
Kasi ano na siya, nagpapagili kasi. Kasi after naman siya, may
Before, after instruction.
before, during,
Okay, sige ha. Nakapag-isip na kayo ha. You know what? One of the reasons bakit nagpaparinig demo si Ma'am Carala, masyadong maliit ang boses, which shows na wala kayong confidence sa pagsusunod. Alright? So you have to modulate. Laksan ang boses, pati ang recitation dapat malakas ang boses. Alright, sige.
Kumbaga yung DOS guide mo, before ka mag-conduct ng test mo
Okay, hindi ba yung laman ng exam natin ay dapat nakadepende sa kung ano ang tinuro? So, kung ginawa mo yung POS before, posible ba na hindi nasunod lahat yung hindi na ituro lahat ng nakalagay sa POS? Possible? Possible? Okay. But why is, sige, sino ang pareho ng sagot kay Shine na dapat before? Okay, before, konti lang, before. Alright, sige. Sa mga nag-before, can you answer yung question ko na, isn't it, na yung laman ng exam natin ay dapat nakadepende doon sa naituro natin. And there are times when hindi natin naituro yung linano natin. Okay? So bakit tayo gagawa pa rin ng US before instruction?
before siya ma'am, kasi yung POS serve as a guide po para sa flow or sa topic na i-discuss. So, nailagay ko doon, nakaplan na kung ilang minutes or ilang point ang kailangan ibigay sa susunod.
Okay, sige. Ano naman ang perspective ng mga nagsabi na dapat after instruction ng POS? Or may dagdag ba? Catherine, si Catherine na lang sa
Go, Catherine.
Catherine.
I believe, ma'am, before instruction ng POS, ma'am, because as you said earlier, ma'am, there are concepts na hindi talaga natin inaasahan na hindi natin matuturo. But I believe that POS should be made before the instruction so that ang key concepts are nakafocus doon kung anong topic ang ituturo, then ma-manage or ma-allocate ng teacher yung time na effectively kung saan siya magfo-focus na topic man kung saan siya kung saan ang students mas nagsa-struggle. So, bibigyan niya ng attention doon na topic, and then alam mo na paano i-align yung instruction kung may assessment if you have that POS already.
Okay, so basically you're saying that it's part of the preparation of the teacher sa teaching. So, install ang POS sa pagtuturo. It directs, ganun, tama? It directs the teaching. Sige, ano naman ang argument ng nagsabi ng it should be after? Okay, hearing what the other side has said. Okay, ano naman yung argument with yung challenge there? Okay, sige, si Joanna. Joanna?
So, kanina the topic niya na ang TOS is fair and balanced. So that means after ng lecture ang TOS pwede gawin. Kasi makikita niya kung saan nahihirapan yung mga students, kung saan pwede niya bigyan ng yung essay, medium, and hard, kung saan niya pwede ilagay yung lecture niya kung saan niya
Okay, pwede ba siyang gumawa ng POS before, tapos i-adjust niya yung POS niya? Okay, parang ganun. Alright, sige. So, okay. Actually, it's very useful that the teacher makes a POS before instruction. Diba sa lesson plan ninyo sa end, meron kayong evaluation. Kailangan ba ng POS yung evaluation? Kailangan hindi.
based pa man sa objectives.
Kailangan ko i-update.
Oh. Okay, so sagutin yung tanong ko na yung iba, di ba tinuruan kayo ng parts of the lesson plan? Tapos yung finale doon may evaluation kayo. Hindi naman finale talaga, pero part towards the end may evaluation. So nangangailangan rin ng US? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
Ideally, yes. Dapat may TOS kayo doon. Hindi kayo dapat magawa ng quiz doon nung walang plano yung quiz ninyo. Okay? Sige, anong klaseng... Ay, hindi pa pala yun. Sorry. Sige, mamaya, i-discuss anong klaseng TOS ang applicable para dyan. Huwag na natin pangunahan. Alright, so, ideally, class, actually, you can even make test items even before teaching. Yun nga, an example of it is that yung nasa lesson plan na test items. But can you make like a grading exam before the start of the school year? No, why not?
Yes.
If you can make a TOS,
Kung grabe ka determined na
kung grabe ka ka-determine na teacher, okay? Binary cycle. Yes. Alright? Actually, what we are trying to teach future teachers now is that assessment should be prepared ahead of time. It's actually best na meron ka ng assessment kasi di ba sabi ko sa inyo kanina, how are you going, you make sure na ang bawat objective ninyo may activity. Yung sinasabi ko activity is an assessment task. It can be formative, it can be summative. That is to ensure na na-achieve ng students ninyo yung objective na yan. Kasi tandaan ninyo, the objective, is it for the teacher to achieve or for the students to achieve? Okay? Kung sinabi niyo dyan sa objective, explain blah blah, who should explain? The teacher or the student? Ang student dapat mag-explain, discuss, create. It's not the teacher but the student. So, how are you going to ensure na na-explain nila? You have to have an assessment task. So, part na rin yan ng preparation. So, assessment, ang tawag natin dun backward design. Actually, if you've heard of understanding by design, UBD, assessment should have been prepared even before you've taught. At kapag masyado ka talagang committed na teacher, mas magandang may grading exam ka na rin. But the grading exam should follow the table of specification. Sige, parang masyado. Next na tayo. O dapat parang naghahanda rin yung susunod. Okay, habang nandun na.
Okay, baka